Now, if he does try to strike with that, I just tweak that a little bit.
Dune, the most influential science fiction novel of all time, and some of the best damn movies I've seen in the last decade. It truly is the grandfather of modern science fiction. Without Dune, properties like Star Wars, Terminator, Warhammer 40K, Aliens, and Blade Runner would not exist. Dune has a special place in my heart, so it's cool to see it finally get the mainstream hype it deserves, despite the absolute nightmare that is David Lynch's movie from the 80s. So in today's video, we're gonna analyze the swords and knives from the movie, as well as train with a Kali instructor to learn how to fight like they do in Dune. I have here the official replicas of the Crysknife and Atreides Sword by United Cutlery, which they were kind enough to send me for this video. Now these are non-functioning replicas purely for display, but they are made from the same molds that Weta Workshop used to create the actual props in the movies, which is why they look so damn good. But before we analyze these blades, we're gonna need a little more context. If you're a disgusting normie and unfamiliar with Dune, you may be wondering why they use swords and knives in a sci-fi world set in the future. The Denis Villeneuve movies, while incredible, don't really give much context in fear of boring the audience. Which is unfortunate because the history and world behind Dune is so incredibly badass and makes the events in the books and movies that much more epic. So my sweet little baby boys and girls, here's a quick history lesson to get you up to speed. Dune is set 10,000 years after humans rebelled and overthrew their AI machine overlords. Machines they themselves created. This war lasted over 100 years and was so devastating to humanity that immediately afterwards, all forms of advanced AI were eradicated and banned. Nearly all historical records were lost along with vast amounts of technology during this purge. Humanity, no longer wanting to rely on thinking machines, regressed into a galactic-wide feudalism. Specialized guilds were formed to take over important tasks that were once relegated to AI, the most important one being the Spacing Guild. You see, without AI-assisted navigation, lightspeed travel was far too dangerous, since you could end up literally anywhere. This is where the spice comes in, a mind-altering drug that expands one's consciousness and allows you to glimpse into possible futures. With enough exposure to spice, the navigators of the Spacing Guild are able to see all possible outcomes, allowing them to plot a safe course while lightspeed traveling. And since Arrakis is the only source of spice in the known universe, it is the single most valuable and important planet in existence.
Without spice, interstellar travel is impossible, making it by far the most valuable substance in the universe.
One piece of advanced technology that survived the Great Purge was the Holtzman energy shield. These shields alter the subatomic particles around the wearer, repelling anything above a certain velocity, usually around 2 to 3 inches per second. Personal shields are so widely used that guns have become practically obsolete. This forced combatants to adopt melee tactics, since you could still push a blade through an opponent's shield. A symbolic representation of human willpower over machines. God damn, Dune is so good. I could talk about this shit all day. This is why swords and knives are so prevalent in Dune, and why the universe feels so unique. It's a medieval tragedy set in the far future. Complete with dukes and emperors and duels with knives and swords, it's super badass and I love everything about it. Which is why I'm making this video, because there are a lot of people out there who don't understand how good Dune really is. Alright, now that you guys are educated on why Dune is the absolute best, let's take a closer look at these blades. This is the Fremen Crysknife, a fighting dagger carved from the tooth of the great Shai-Hulud. It's priced around 160 bucks, and it's molded out of poly resin, which makes it pretty fragile, but allows it to be semi-translucent, which is really sick. It even has a pearlescent shimmer to it, which is a really nice touch and makes you forget that it's just made of plastic. There are carvings on the blade representing the two sons of Arrakis, along with metal finishing on the backside of the handle that's engraved with Fremen text. The metal parts are just painted on, but they look really nice. It's very convincing. I do wish it was made of real metal. I know it'd probably double the price of this thing, but it would have brought this replica to a whole nother level and improved the weight because this thing is really light. As a fan of Dune, I love this thing. I sleep with it every single night. It's super legit and looks just like the real deal. It really does look like a sandworm tooth ripped straight out of its incredibly inviting mouth. It even comes with a nice wall plaque to display it and impress all your nerd-ass friends. You don't really realize how long the Crysknife is until you hold it.
That's what she said. Or he said.
But it makes sense if this is your main fighting weapon. And like everything in Dune, there's symbolism in taking a life with the tooth of the great Shai-Hulud. In this way, the Fremen act as an extension of the great sandworms, reclaiming the planet one invader at a time. Overall, I would definitely recommend this replica. It's super iconic and makes one hell of a decoration. And for the price, you get a lot of really nice detail. All right, now onto the Atreides Sword, or the Sword of Duncan, Idaho. I used to think that name was so dumb, but it's really grown on me. It's just hilarious to think of a guy 20,000 years from now who's the descendant of a family who lived in Idaho. This replica will set you back a whopping $220. It's unsharpened and made of stainless steel, so it can't cut, but that's fine because you wouldn't want to anyways. The blade is so fat that it's extremely unwieldy. It's like having a brick taped to the tip of your sword. It's got the Atreides eagle crest debossed at the base of the blade, along with the Caledonian letters TVWYZ, which stands for Triumph of Valor and Will as your Zenith, which is basically the space equivalent of what would Jesus do? There's a lot of Japanese inspiration going on here with the leather-wrapped Ito and blackened straight ninjato style blade. I'm not quite sure what the reason for these sharpened edges near the handle are. Perhaps they're to help the balance of the sword, but I'm pretty sure they're just there to make the sword look futuristic. I think it's a really cool looking sword overall. The blade profile makes it look like it would be great for hacking, like a giant space machete, but unfortunately this has the opposite problem of the Crysknife and is so incredibly tip heavy, it just feels really, really unwieldy. It feels like it's gonna break right here at the hilt. For that reason alone, I can't recommend this piece, especially at that price point. It looks great on your wall, but the plastic handle feels remarkably cheap, especially since you can hear it creaking and crackling as you move it around. And let's face it, for 200 bucks, I better be able to at least swing this around in my backyard in a pair of cargo shorts. So these replicas are pretty cool, but I want to learn how to use the real thing. And while I have a background in Japanese swordsmanship, knife fighting is a completely different beast. But you know what? I'm gonna take a stab at it. Hey guys, we're here today in the testing lab. Today I'm joined by Kali instructor Brian Sloyer.
Hey guys, I'm Brian Sloyer. So good to be here. We're about to go test some techniques and styles in context of the Dune universe. I am a martial arts instructor. I own a school in Reseda. It's called Balintawak LA. If you're ever interested in checking it out, we teach the Tabuada lineage called Balintawak, and it is a Kali art. I'm also a stuntman and a fight coordinator, and you've probably seen my face here and there in the background somewhere.
So in the Dune universe, everyone basically wears these energy shields. Like, how do you think that would change how you would fight somebody in a knife fight?
A lot of fighting strategy works around the idea of distraction or feinting. So it may not be for the purpose to cut and slash all the time.
Yeah.
But the idea maybe is to draw the hand and go low.
I see. Okay.
You know, you may not get a cut in, but it might open up something in which you can get
I see.
and penetrate the shield. In fighting, there's always a counter. There's always a weak point. You just gotta figure out how and where.
Interesting.
That might be. You know,
I like that.
That's part of the fight IQ. You know.
That's cool. What's first? What's first, Teach?
If you give me an angle 1, I can meet that angle 1 and attack the hand with my own angle 1. So if he's attacking, I'm cutting that right away. So every time he's coming through, I'm cutting across, right? Cutting across, cutting across. I'm meeting the force. I'm going the same direction as you are. Now, if I follow that same pattern, I'm following that. I follow that. If you're attacking the center line, I don't want to be here for too long, right? I want to make sure that I'm getting offline and I'm flanking. Because if he comes back, I'm better prepared to come in. So whatever technique it is, we get used to coming to the backside to finish it.
I see.
Right?
Like if I'm right-handed, I'm coming this way, you're going to be always going out that. Because I'm much
Exactly.
weaker this way.
Right, right.
I see.
If he does his angle one, his basic angle one, I can catch the blade and start cutting right away. But notice that as I'm stepping, right, I'm coming through this way, right, to his backside, right? I'm never coming in front because of the,
Yeah, because
you
of
know.
this, and then I could grab you. But so
Exactly.
you're basically, by moving to my outside, you're nullifying my left arm because it can't even
Correct.
do anything.
Correct.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
it's very different from sword fighting, because in sword fighting you have such range and distance that
Yep.
by the time they get around you, you can pivot and you change. But with knife fighting, it's so close that just
Yes.
that is enough to completely negate half their
Yep.
body.
And it
That's
happens
cool.
really quick. And
Yeah.
it has to be that way, you know. Again, the closer you are to someone, the timing is just tighter.
Yeah.
Just by nature of the distance, right? So with the Cambiata, you have a lot of cool stuff. You have your neck attack already, right? I can swing and check, right? And then from here you have your disarm, or if that doesn't work, here. And you have control points here. Stripping that, come through, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times with the checking in the movie, it's nice because you start learning how to go into your locks here, right? Now, if he does try to strike with that, I just tweak that a little bit.
It's a good thing it was this versus not this one.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly, yeah. If it's knife on knife, say you want to slash the neck, right? Instead of doing this, because in reality, yes, I got my cut, but the mass of the arm is going to go through it before he even feels the cut, and I'm still getting cut. So this is why we develop forearm
So you fully stop it.
controlling, right?
I see.
So a lot of times I'll do this, attack right. So as he's coming in, I can come here right away. If I do want to use this though, I have to move. I can't just stay and take the force. If he slices, I'm moving, right? Or if I want to come in, as soon as he goes, right? I'm keeping this pin. I want to make sure I can feel it. And notice where my foot is, right? Once I bump him, I can start moving stuff down here
Nice.
to mess with his base. So one of the things to do if he comes in, right, is try to find that arm, make your way around and get a 2-to-1 control on it.
Yeah, always going on
Right.
the out. I notice you're always going to the outside, which
Always.
is really,
Always.
really key.
Don't receive, always attack. So if he comes in here, boom, see?
Yeah.
I'm not letting it extend all the way. I don't want that. He comes in here, boom, right? I'm coming in right away, I'm attacking it. A lot of times too, you can use sort of your arms as kind of like a shield, right? So it's coming in.
It's
right.
old school Holtzman shield.
That's it,
Yeah.
boom, right? See how I'm blocking it here. That's my best bet, right? If I can get hands on it, even better. I always say just basic grab.
Yeah.
It works. From here, you have a lot of options. I can come here and attack here.
Oh, damn.
I can bring it up. Now I have a lock. If I bring him up, I can stab again here. And a lot of this too is you may not get a wrist. Like if you have a strong wrist, which you do because of your sword, I'm not gonna fight the wrist. I'm not gonna try to bend it, right? Maybe go to the next joint, this one, right?
yeah.
So if I hit into that joint, it bends. Now it's weak. And then from here I can slice.
Oh, damn.
I can slice here.
That'd be so sick in real life.
Yep. So from
You'd be like, that's something to remember me by. Yeah.
when I disarm, I am pinching the thumb because I want to break it, right? I'm not just grabbing
Yeah, because
here
they're
and-
gonna squeeze as tight as they can.
Right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if I'm here-
Oh, that would break my thumb so
see how
quick.
see how I have you here?
Yeah.
A little snap, boom,
Oh.
right?
Ooh,
Now,
yeah.
now their arms loose. Now I go here.
Yeah.
Then I have to disarm.
If I was squeezing that knife full, you would have broke my thumb right there.
That's what it's for. This is why the
that's
grip
gnarly.
is tight on the thumb meat rather than here.
Yeah,
because
because
if
also
I'm here,
I could still.
Yes.
Yeah, I could.
if I'm holding it like this, you just
go-
draw circles on me,
just-
and I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of it is controlling what we call this the head of the snake. The mouth of the snake is the grip, and then of course we have the throat, and then the palm here. This is the chin of the snake. So all these parts is what we call defanging the snake. We're taking away its fang. If I grab the throat, the whole head of the snake can wiggle. But if I grab the chin closer to the mouth, I got
Can't do anything.
a little bit more control.
Oh.
And then I also have
Yeah.
pain compliance. to take the blade away. Notice that my hand's always moving.
Yeah,
Why is it always moving? Because if I go stationary, I'm giving him an opportunity to cut me. I do have to be cautious of something coming around, but that was great. That was a great reaction. You just cut the hand, right? So a lot of what we're doing here, right, is just making sure that we find an angle, right? See, I'm very loose.
Yeah, it's very similar to Jeet Kune Do too. Like if your arms are already in motion, it's easier to react and be quicker
Exactly.
with it, as opposed to from here going like this.
Right.
Is like takes forever. in
Exactly.
comparison.
No,
Yeah.
that's a great point. Like, as long as you're in motion, it's easier to move faster and more fluid.
Yeah.
So
And
you
it's
never see anyone just here trying to be
Yeah.
tense. You know, we
Yeah.
want to make sure that we have life in us already, so we just shoot it out without having to load up anything. If I can cut the hand, great, but that's not really what I want, especially if I want to go home at the end of the day. Back in the dueling era, right, the idea was to come in, right, for your shot. Notice it's very much like Jeet Kune Do,
Yeah.
it's just with a knife. So as I'm going in, notice that I'm following up with a check hand almost right away, almost same time, right? Because I know if I don't and he cuts, he's gonna try to cut back. So as I'm coming in, I touch, clear, touch, right? That's the basic idea. So I'm trying to find a nice little entry, boom, right?
Nice.
See how I'm coming in? So it's just this.
Oh, it's just like a slap.
Right, yeah. Yeah, nice. Okay. Again, that's it, yeah. It's literally like boxing. A lot of people don't realize that it's not about it's not about that. It's literally just, that can
different from
draw
swords.
blood. Yeah, that can draw blood. That's it, very nice. So if he goes for that, see what I do? If I feel like he's committing to the hand, go slow, round circle, what we call a redondo. So slow, he goes for it, boom, right? Even as he's coming in, I'm here now. So he's going for that, boom. There's so many options, it depends on the scenario, but let's say he goes for that, boom. See?
Oh, you made me cut my own arm.
Yeah. So what I'm also trying to do is I'm trying to keep his live hand busy. As you go now, I want you to angle the same time. Yeah, so now he's in a great position to take my back. Go right away as you're attacking. Yes.
I see, same time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Without the footwork, the hands are useless. So again, this is just a drill, right? It's a sparring drill, it's a reaction drill, it's a timing drill, right? Yes, and see how he's in motion already? That's hard to see, right? Because he's already moving, he just shoots it out when he's ready. You make that space and then you get back out.
I see.
Yeah, beautiful, right? Just like Kenjutsu, you know, you make your shot.
Yeah, you push through.
That's right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Same thing,
Yeah, interesting.
same idea.
Okay, so for this first test, we're gonna just do some light sparring just to have a basis, and then afterwards we're gonna try with modified rules to simulate us wearing Holtzman shields. We're using foam daggers, so it's a little safer, which is why we're not fully geared up.
We could do first 3 touches to the head wins that round or that bout. So, you know, we're playing, boom. Ooh. So there's 2 there. Nice, good.
Oh, nice.
So a little feint low to get high. Yeah, nice, good hand shots.
Whew.
Nice. That was a good one, you got the top.
Oh yeah, oh, I didn't even feel it.
Sometimes you don't. Yeah, sometimes you just go for something. Yeah, you get lucky. Nice, see, use the combo.
That combo
nice.
works.
That's
I
nice.
gotta move on to the side.
Yeah, see, I'm
learning.
a good teacher.
Good teacher, hey. Whew. Close.
Nice, good shot.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Next flashes. Dee's doing a good job at trying to come around. I'm just sort of laying back, playing defensively here.
Oh, nice.
Wee. Nice, good. It's got good reach.
Oh, nice.
Straight thrust. Sometimes you gotta mix it up. Nice, disarm. Very cool.
Yeah, nice. I'm noticing doing these like big wind-up swings are just terrible.
It's good for the sword.
Yeah, but it makes you so tired.
Right.
It telegraphs so much,
Right.
and it just takes forever.
A lot of times too, you'll notice I'll forfeit taking something on the arm.
It's true.
Obviously in real life, don't resort to that, but you know, it's just a game. We're just reacting to each other. We're trying to work on something we learned. He pulled off that combo, so accomplishment right there.
It was the reflex after
Pop,
doing
pop, pop.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try with slightly modified rules. In Dune, the Holtzman shield will prevent anything traveling a certain velocity. So I think the best way to do it is slashes won't count. A stab has to last more up to 3 seconds for it to count. So if I can,
It's a long time.
so I can grab you and go 1, 2, 3
Okay.
without you deflecting. I imagine it's gonna be really hard to land any hit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. You never know.
It actually makes us not counting arm hits make sense.
Yeah.
Because you would just use this to deflect
Exactly. Yeah.
and then get in and
Yeah, because you wouldn't even worry about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how it goes. I have no idea how to go. We'll go.
First
we'll,
time trying the.
We'll go a little slow and then we can speed it up a little.
Okay.
Okay. May thy knife chip
Chip
and
and
shatter.
shatter. Ah, now we're in it.
This guy.
Yeah. See how it changes things? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. That's crazy.
We changed things up a bit.
It does. Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
I didn't count.
That was nice. Yeah, yeah. I'll say that was a good 2-second one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Nice.
Yeah. So much risk
Oh.
though.
So much risk.
Oh.
Nice.
I play around with kids all day, man. I got.
Yeah.
Hopefully my cardio's not too bad.
You haven't. Still hasn't broken a sweat.
You disarmed me in the last one.
It's true, I did.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, getting up in that bind, and
Different game.
even if they bind it, using
You
that
gotta
to
be careful where. Yeah.
yeah, and then you grab my hand like you did. I can't do anything while you can just.
Yeah, just maneuver it. Yep. Talking about the difference of reality and sport combat, we get the benefit of time. Where in reality, I mean, if he got the right shot off sooner than I did, I'm dead.
Yeah.
It really doesn't boil down to skill as so much as sheer will. You got good power in that hand. I felt some power, so it's scary.
He thinks I'm powerful.
Yeah, scary stuff.
Thank you. That was great, man. I learned a lot. I
Yeah.
learned a ton. That was
good.
there's some really good information in this video. I definitely am interested to learn and like train more because it's
Yeah.
A, great cardio,
Yep.
Clearly.
There you go.
and B, it's just very practical in
Yes.
terms of any martial art really, besides boxing. But it's very similar to boxing. The footwork and the reflexive movements. It's really good.
Yeah. So the school I own is Balintawak, LA, and we're over there at Joining All Movement, which is a stunt facility in Reseda. So feel free to visit us.
So yeah, I'll have links down in the description. You guys check it out. And also check out Brian's Instagram. He posts a lot of really badass stunt work and fighting choreography. So check it out, dude. Thank you so much for joining.
No, thank you.
I learned a ton.
Yeah, a pleasure.
That was
man.
awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Nice.
That was cool, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
Just from the one day I spent training with Brian, I feel like I learned a lot. With sword fighting, you have the luxury of distance and reach, but when it comes to knife fighting, everything happens in an instant. So fast that it makes what I do look like swinging baseball bats around. I always knew Kali was deadly, but stepping out of my comfort zone to experience it firsthand, it was a whole different story. Everyone thinks they're badass until they get into a knife fight with a Kali instructor. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you learned something. These videos are really time consuming and expensive to make, so I appreciate all you watching and leaving a like. If you enjoy this content and want to support the channel directly, then consider becoming a member by hitting the join button down below. For $4.99 a month, you'll get a special badge next to your name when you comment, as well as access to exclusive emotes you can spam to show your support, like this brand new Crysknife emote. I'd like to do tests on ballistic gel torsos, as well as travel and do collabs with other creators, but those both require money. And let's be honest, YouTube ad revenue isn't what it used to be. With your support, I'll be able to make better videos more frequently, so please consider becoming a member today. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.